Hello, this is Alyssa Turpin. I did my presentation on color schemes, and it's important to know the color wheel when you are wanting to make a color scheme, starting with primary colors. These are obviously red, yellow, and blue, and these are colors that you cannot mix from any other color, and use them obviously to make every other color. Going into secondary colors, we have these colors are mixed using the primary colors. So obviously red and yellow make orange, and yellow and blue make green, and red and blue make purple. And yeah, going into tertiary colors, these are colors that like for example, yellow and green make yellow green, and yellow and orange make yellow orange, and you can see all the different ones that you get created by mixing. Going on to color relationships, starting with complementary colors. These are colors that are opposite to each other on the color wheel. So we have yellow is opposite to purple, and obviously orange is opposite to blue here. It's important though when you use complementary colors, since they're just so opposite, it's often best to use pick one for the main color, and then the other one is just like an accent. And a triad over here is three colors that make up a triangle, so you can use them all throughout the color wheel, but these are just make all sorts of great combinations because they all have those underlying colors that are connecting them to each other, and which makes them harmonize really well. More color relationships are split complement triads. These are when you have complementary colors, but you use the two colors on either side of the complementary color, and it kind of gives your color scheme a more sophisticated look, and it can look really nice, and it's a great way to go. Also, we have analogous colors. These are colors that are next to each other on the color wheel, and kind of similar to the triads. These colors, since they're all made up of the same undertones, they all are very harmonious together. So when we go into shades and tints, that's when it gets, we get the pastels or the dark jewel tone colors. And basically, the colors that we've been looking at so far, those are considered hues, and those are pure colors. And when you add black to a hue or a pure color, that creates a shade. And when you add white to a hue, it creates a tint. And so a tint kind of looks like pastel colors, and shades look like those deep, jewel toned colors. And the options are infinite with that, obviously, And yeah, so if we go to the next slide, monochromatic colors are just if you pick one color or one hue or pure color, and you either add white to it to make tints and just all of the different shades. These are all monochromatic colors. Or if you add obviously shades. This one in particular is when they added a white to it to make a tint. But yeah, and then when you are choosing a color scheme, it's important that your tones aren't too similar, because it makes it kind of so it gets lost and it gets really muddy looking, and there's just not enough contrast to really catch somebody's attention. And so it's nice to have a wide variety of colors. For example, I don't know if some of you have heard the term the wildflower theory of color. It's when you see a field of wildflowers, they all just go together perfectly, even though they're all just different colors and different tones and stuff. And so that just keeps, it's just a good reminder that, you know, different values and tones, they naturally, you know, look good together and stuff. So this is just an example of that. Also, when you are choosing, it's important that you keep in mind what kind of impact you want to have, because a lot of times warm colors, which are like they have yellow or red in them, they tend to they just are more attention grabbing sometimes, because they just jump into your eyes. It's just, you know, big impact. And cool colors, they tend to recede into the background, which is fine. You can still use cool colors. They do, you know, beautiful designs. But some, you know, usually if you use cool colors, you just kind of want to keep that in mind and maybe use more of the cool colors, you know, more blue or more what purple or whatever, to just keep that impact still there. And now going into CMYK and RGB. These are print terms, I guess, or they're terms that are used like color models. So CMYK stands for cyan, magenta, yellow, and key term, which is usually black. And these are used for things that are going to be printed in to a physical thing, like books or magazines or whatever. And in this case, black, when you use CMYK, black is the combination of every color, and white is the absence. There's no white, you know, no color when you use the white. So for RGB, that stands for red, green, and blue, and these are things that you use this model for when you use things that are going to be on a screen, like computers and television. But when you use RGB, black is the absence of it's the opposite. Black is the absence of all color, and white is the combination of everything. Because if you think of it, you have a black screen on your phone. It's just they've just deleted all the color. It's just emptiness, pretty much. So yeah. Okay, so these are just some free color scheme creation tools that I wanted to show you guys really quick. They're really awesome resources. And so first one is called, it used to be called Cooler, it still is, but they like changed it to Adobe Color CC. And this is, let me just make sure my recording's still going. Yeah, sorry. So this is a really great option to use, just to like make color schemes super fast. So it's like, oh, I want a, you know, red one here. They've kind of already done it, and you can just click, like, if you want to be monochromatic, complementary, a triad, and it's just really awesome. And you can also save these to like Illustrator, and they'll tell you like the Illustrator codes. So for example, if I go into Illustrator right here, and if I go into Window and then Extensions, you see Cooler right here, and this has it all. So, you know, it has all these different color schemes you can pick, you know, most popular or whatever. Like, it's just a really cool resource, you know. And another one is called Paletton.com, and this is just another really cool resource. You can move this around and it changes your tone, or you can move this, you're like, I want it to be this, you know, and then you can, I have it on monochromatic, but you can pick, you know, to be you know, triad, or all these different, I guess, things. It's just a really cool option. And then another one is colorlovers.com. This is a really great resource for people that just love color, but it also has a lot of cool color palettes, you know, just that people have put together, and it's just a kind of a cool community. And then the last one is Picticulus. This is really cool. You put a picture you upload a picture, and I did this picture here, and then it will make your color palette to match that picture.